made it this far. This is the last exercise in chapter 2. And it's going to try and pull all of the pieces together that we've been looking at so far, namely getting user inputs, doing some basic calculations, some if logic, and building maybe a cute little program for figuring out how much money do you have. So ask the user to enter types of coins, and then tell us how much they have in. So this should be a fairly straightforward exercise, and we'll get this going. So let's get our prerequisites. So we need to include IOStream, and we actually are not going to need a string here at all because there's no real string manipulation going on. So let's get going. So what we're going to need is int num. We'll just do pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, and dollars. And then we're going to need another one, which is going to be our total amount. And what we're going to do is we'll really use all that. We don't really need much more than this. And now we're going to wind up prompting the user for lots of inputs. So please enter the number of pennies, standard C in pennies. Please enter the number of nickels. And for those who are not from the US, a penny is really the smallest denomination. It's 1 cent. A nickel is 5. And the number of dimes are 10 cents. A quarter is 25 cents, and the half dollar and dollar should be more straightforward. So please enter the number of quarters. Enter the number, let's fix this over here, small spelling. Enter the number of half dollars. And then finally, please enter the number of dollars. And what we can actually go ahead and now do is, let's just do the calculation of how much we have. So we can say that our total amount is going to be pennies times 1 plus nickels times 5 plus dimes times 10 plus quarters. Let's put this in the new line so it's easier to read. Quarters times 25 plus half dollars times 50, and then plus dollars times 100. And so now we have our total number of pennies. So now we can go ahead and print the information out. And there's going to be a little bit of if statements here as well. So we can say you have, and then we can say pennies like this, and then we'll put it like so. Let's put a space, and we can say if pennies is greater than 1, then we'll go ahead and say standard C out pennies, and otherwise if pennies is equal to 1, if if 0 pennies, interesting, pennies is greater to 1, or pennies equals 0, and we say pennies. Interesting enough, when you have 0, it's actually plural, penny, and then we'll go ahead and flush the output, and then we're going to go ahead and do the next one, which is going to be the nickels. So standard cout, you have nickels, and we can actually go ahead and say nickel, and if nickels is greater than 1, we can say just the s, so we can add the plural. And then we can effectively duplicate this over. This is going to be, you have, this is for dimes, so dime, plural that, quarters, quarter, and then plural that one. You can see this is quite repetitive. If we had introduced functions, we would have been able to simplify this. Quarters, $half, $half, and then we'll do that, and that's going to be $half. And finally, our last one, you have dollars if we have more than $1, so we'll do that. Great. And then we can say standard cout for a total of, and what we want to do is now we want to get the whole value and then the fractional value. So for that, we're going to rely on the modulus operator. So we have for a total of, and we're going to say total amount divided by 100. Because we're doing integer division, it's going to give us just the whole value. I'm going to put the period, and then here we're going to total amount modulus 100, and that's going to give us the pennies value, term 0. And that's about it. So let's go ahead and run the program. And let's see, let's enter the same values we have in the book. So 23 pennies, 17 nickels, 14 dimes, 7 quarters, 3 $half, and quarters, we would do $1. Oh, interestingly, that one didn't do that, so we'll just do $0. So it says that we have 23 pennies, 17 nickels, 14 dimes, 7 quarters, 3 $half, and we have $0 for a total of $5.73. Let's just do one more run of this to make sure that we're getting the right results, and then we're going to look for the singular, and we'll do one of each and see what happens. And that gives us 1 penny, 1 nickel, 1 dime, 1 quarter, 1 $half, and $1 for a total of $1.91. Okay, looks like it's working, and we can go ahead and ship it. This concludes the final exercise in chapter 2. We'll be moving over to chapter 3 shortly. So if you subscribe, like, hit, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be happy to dive into more problems. But expect questions for chapter 3 to start coming up over the next week or so.